Good evening. For those of you that don't know me, I'm Katie, the Executive Director at Woodford Humane. For those of you that do, you know that my running joke is that we have a marketing director for this sort of thing. So you've probably figured out that something really big is happening. If I asked you what your biggest achievement in life is, what would you say? Outside of her beautiful daughters, grandchildren, and now great-grandchildren, I believe that Julie Hahn would say, you're looking at it. You see, the Woodford Humane Society looked very different 47 years ago. The idea of having a party for 300 of our closest friends on the grounds of Keeneland wasn't even in the realm of possibility. Over 47 years ago, Woodford County had nothing more than a dog pound. A dog pound where dogs were placed into 2 rooms with no regard for the health and safety of others. A dog pound run by just one man who was expected to use his nominal wages to feed both himself and the dogs in his care. And as you might imagine, the dogs didn't always eat very much. Woodford County had a dog pound where a clock started ticking the moment a dog entered the facility, because anything more than a 5-day stay was a death sentence. Hunger, disease, and fighting were a constant problem, and people threw unwanted dogs and puppies over a wire fence and onto a concrete slab. There was no hot water, no heat, no telephone. These things sound unthinkable today, and they should, but they were the norm back then, until Julie came along. Socrates once said that the secret to change is to focus all of your energy not on fighting the old, but on building the new. And that's exactly what Julie set out to do. On March 25, 1975, the Woodford Humane Society was formed with the goal of enhancing the lives of Woodford County animals by improving their living conditions and providing them with a second chance at a home. Making these changes, however, would prove to be an uphill climb. It quickly became clear to Julie that fixing the current dog pound wasn't the answer. We needed an adequate facility that separated dogs from one another, a facility designed to help control the spread of disease, a facility that had a space dedicated to supporting the mission of finding dogs a new home. Julie and her team worked tirelessly to raise funds for a new shelter. She met with city and county officials for years in search of funding, but was met with resistance time and time again. Political and financial pressures would work against the group until 1978, when half an acre of land was donated for the new building, and the county and city agreed to put up half of the funds needed to build the $60,000 facility. Just as things started to look up, new roadblocks appeared. The piece of land that was donated changed unexpectedly, and you might say that Julie was not impressed. She was quoted in the Woodford Sun as saying the humane societies across Kentucky should not settle for inferior locations for shelters such as a dump area or down long gravel roads. And the Woodford Humane Society can lead the way in this new image change for shelters. And we did. The neighbors weren't exactly happy about us moving in, and there was still another $30,000 to raise. But Julie was not deterred. It was also about this time that another very special member of the Woodford Humane Society family, Dr. Dale Eckert, joined the board. And on November 10, 1980, ground was finally broken on the new shelter that Julie had fought so tirelessly for. And from there, it grew. In 2003, we separated from the county government and began relying solely on private donations, allowing us to make decisions based on what is best for the animal and not for the government. In 2005, we broke ground on what is now our adoption center, more than doubling our capacity. It allowed us to do away with putting a time limit on an animal's stay and led us to an adoption rate of over 3 times the national average. And in 2010, Julie was overjoyed to rip up the mortgage when it was finally paid off. Today, we continue to lead the charge in animal welfare in the state of Kentucky. We are proud to be a no-kill facility that welcomes pets from Woodford County regardless of age, breed, or medical needs. We open our doors to needy animals throughout the state and beyond when the need arises. In the same spirit in which Julie founded the Woodford Humane Society, we believe that if you're in a position to help, you should. We pull over 100 animals per year from other shelters, many of whom are faced with euthanasia decisions based on space and resource limitations. Woodford County is where we live, but it is certainly not where our mission stops. We pride ourselves on providing exceptional medical care for conditions ranging from heartworm treatments to the occasional prosthetic hip. We work diligently to provide each animal in our care with the love, toys, treats, and cozy beds they need until the right family arrives, however long that may take. And just as Julie wished all those years ago, we have created a new, warm, and cheerful image of a shelter, one where all the pets are happy, healthy, and if we're being honest, even a little spoiled. Julie had a big dream for our future back then. She's a visionary, someone who didn't just look on from the sidelines. She saw a need for change and she led the charge. It's people like Julie who make the world a better place for all of us, both two-legged and four. One of my favorite Julie quotes is, "Our history is valuable, but more important and exciting is a bright and successful future for the Woodford Humane Society." I am grateful to call Julie my friend, someone I've known much longer than I've known Woodford Humane. And tonight, it is my great pleasure to introduce the Julie Hahn Endowment for the Future. This fund will build a foundation for growth. It will change the world for countless animals for generations to come. And it will lead the Woodford Humane Society into a future we can only dream of today. I hope you will bid tonight with the enthusiasm that Julie showed 47 years ago, with the heart she still has for the animals today, and with the great hope she has for the future. Julie, happy birthday. We love you.